Hey YouTube, what's up? I hope you've seen my video of my MN-90 D90 1 to 12 scroller about the modifications I did with this car. I love this tiny car, but it's WPL style, and as all of you know, those WPL trucks have some really big disadvantages, weak points, and this is the drivability. One of the weakest points is steering. You see, steers quite well if there is no resistance, but on the ground the servo seems to be too weak. Seems to steer quite well if there is no resistance, but as soon as there is a little bit of resistance, it does really steer really bad. The servo seems to be quite weak, and it's nearly impossible to fix the tires properly, firmly. There's a lot of play. So I ordered some parts to improve this, and I will mount a new servo, and I ordered metal parts for the front axles. There are tons of different parts you can order for WPL trucks, and I ordered one bag of metal upgrades for the front axle, but those upgrades are for the WPL B1, so probably the axle will not be wide enough for the MN-90, and I ordered a JX Servo PDI 1181 metal gear. Take care, there's another one. I ordered the one wrong one before, the PS 1171 MG, and that's a little bit too wide to fit. The 1181 has the same specifications as the 1171, but one strange thing, it doesn't have a 25 tooth, how is this called? Pinion? It has more than 40 teeth, and that's very strange because normal servo arms mostly have 25 teeth or 24 teeth, so it will be very difficult to get servo arms. Meanwhile, there are a ton of upgrade parts, of metal parts you can order for your WPL trucks, and some of those sets are quite expensive, and I didn't want to take the risk to buy one of those very expensive sets and it will not work. So I ordered the cheapest full metal upgrade set for the front axles, but not for the MN-90, but for the WPL B1 and Co. I know that the axle will probably be too narrow, but I can take another axle. And as it arrived, I was really surprised. It looks really well. All the stuff CNC machined. They do come with ball bearings. The set also comes with steering linkages out of metal. I won't use those because I did already make my own ones. So that's the original servo of the WPL servo or MN-90 servo, and that's the JX 1181 Metal Gear servo. They have exactly the same dimensions, and the original servo of the MN-90 has the same strange pinion with more than 40 teeth as the 1181 MG servo has. So that's quite nice, because you can use the original servo arm of the MN-90 for the 11.8 MG. So mounted the JX PDI 1181 Metal Gear servo now, and I used the original MG90 servo arm, and it fits perfectly. I have to mount it firmly, but it fits perfectly into place. The upgrade set I've ordered is for the WPL B1 and similar trucks, and those have shorter axles than the MN-90 D90. So here you see a front axle of a WPL B1, and that's the axle of the MN-90. You see it's significantly longer. The metal parts are also longer, and that's why the metal axis, this one, is too short for the MN-90. Furthermore, what I didn't need anyway, The steering link that comes with this set I've bought is too short for the MN-90. These are my custom MN-90 steering rods. But if you don't want to make those custom parts, you should probably order the set that's specifically made for the MN-90. There's a set, I will give the link in the description. To use those metal parts for the MN-90, you could probably use the original metal axle, have to remove the plastic parts, what's quite difficult. But I did go a different way. I made my own axles simply out of 3mm steel rod. It's not that difficult. I simply used my Dremel tools, cutting wheel, small, and for the center part the bigger one, and a sanding wheel. Use safety glasses when cutting and grinding those axles. Those cutting wheels easily can split. And what did I do? I cut the axles to the proper length. I checked it out several times to find the perfect length, and then I grinded only some small spots for the grub screws of the axle parts, of the metal parts. I did not grind a flat spot at the end, as the axles with that come with a set have. So they have only a simple flat spot at the end, but I did grind those grubs. I think that's the much better way, because this way those end parts are not able to slip outside. So if the grub screw is in there, there is still the grub screws are only in this notch, and they are not able to slip to the outer direction, while with the axles coming with the set they can easily slip out. So I hope that's even a better solution than the stuff that comes with the stock. So these are my axles, ready to be mounted into the axle housings. Don't forget to use a little bit of blue Loctite for all the metal screws going to metal, like those grub screws. So everything inside, the center gear is not yet fixed with the grub screw. First I will put the pineapple gear part onto the axles and see if everything is turning fine. Find the position everything is turning nice and freely, and after that I will mount the grub screw to the center gear. Of course, using a little bit of blue Loctite. First test without lubrication. Seems to work quite well. What's really nice, the wheels fit much better now. And after the first test, if everything is spinning freely and nicely, I will put lubricant to the metal gears. I use silicone grease for plastic gears, and those are metal gears. I use this liquid moly. There are many different options. And I also put a little bit of bearing oil to all the ball bearings in the axles. So mounted the steering arms on the C-links, Don't forget to use blue Loctite. And what I found, what I did already find when I was testing the axle length, that there's quite a lot of play in this part, in the cups. I tried to remove this movement by making long axles in the beginning, what means the ball ends, the cross members press into the cup, but this did extremely influence steering behavior to the negative point. So I made the axle as short as possible and removed this play a different way. What did I do? Check the other side. There's no movement at all, at least no easy movement. I simply used small O-rings, this one, put them inside the cups. This improves this behavior extremely. So check it out. With O-ring, no movement at all. Without O-ring, a lot of movement. So let's put an O-ring inside. Did not use Loctite here so far because I knew I have to change this after I showed it to you guys. So simply put this O-ring inside and can fix it quite nicely by pressing it in the screwdriver. Put Loctite, blue Loctite, a little bit of blue Loctite. And it will never work. Not necessary to use a lot of pressure. Finished. O-ring holes on the other side. No play at all anymore. So ready to be mounted. Okay, everything mounted. Everything nice and smooth, no play. Everything fixed with thread lock. Let's check. Seems to work nicely. I will adjust the endpoints now. Okay. This seems to be the maximum. Seems to work quite nicely. For mounting the tires, the kit comes with two stainless steel M2.5 6mm screws, but I did use black steel screws 2.5 6mm. I think they fit better to the truck. Okay, tires mounted. Don't forget to use thread lock. And check this out. They sit really nice and firmly. Remember in the beginning when I used the plastic stuff? Unbelievable. Steering angle seems not to be that bad, seems to be quite nice. And the wow, what a difference of the power of this servo to the stock servo. everything ready to run. Check this out, guys. This servo is much stronger than the stock servo. Wow, very happy with this upgrade. Thanks for watching, guys. So far I highly recommend all this stuff. We will see about durability. Have to check a stronger motor.